go.
Thank you, Diana. Welcome to Comics League Dark. I am Jared, and today we're going to do something a little different than what we normally do. We're going to talk about the regular topics for the week, but we're also going to highlight a certain dweeby comic campaign that we're going to be trying to get funded. Hey, what's up, David? So let's bring in the gentleman. Nick.
What is up, my brother?
Mr. Screecher.
All the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
Hey, what
What's
can I
up?
say? I'm
so
back.
yeah, so by the way, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share out. So in the private chat, there will be the link to purchase Screecher or like back it. And what you can do is that if you back it and put in the chat that you backed it, I'll give you a shout out.
So you hear that? I don't know if Tevia's in here yet, but Super Sons. If he does, he can come up.
No,
can't believe
I'm trying to summon him. I'm trying to summon Tevia.
I'm not opening up the panel, but I'm saying I'll give you a shout out.
Oh, well, okay, then I am mistaken then.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Nick, why don't you give the audience an update on your numbers?
Well, Jared, I sent you the link in the private chat. So
I
launched.
want to give you the time to do that.
All right, so we launched the campaign at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time earlier today. That's roughly 3.5 hours, so to speak. We are now almost at $500. Let that sink in.
Nice job, dude. And what's your goal again? Your total goal?
The initial goal is $1,500, and we have stretch goals up to $3,000.
Interesting. That is cool. So I'll tell you what. How about we do this first off? Why don't you give like a selling proposition? So what's your back of the DVD on who Screecher is?
So Screecher is about a young woman named Avery Fletcher. Comes back. She's come back to her hometown of Ann Arbor, Michigan, after 7 years away. Her father being in jail for a crime did not commit, and now she must become the winged avenger Screecher. And after an initial adventure, which you saw in the likes of issue 1, she raided the Eden Pharmaceuticals facility, and now the head honcho, Kathleen Johnson, has decided to fight fire with fire and has brought in a mercenary of her own, the villainous Shiva.
Which, as someone that read a review copy of this book, because I am a Phoenix Press shill, is it's interesting the way you handle that reveal. I will say that. Bravo, my friend. Bravo.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
So let's go over what type of tiers are you offering, my friend?
So if you just want the digital one, that's just $5. You can get both issue 1 and 2 for $10. The regular comic is $15. Oh, anime night. I got 2 different covers on board. You have the Nefarious Watcher cover, which is our main one that you see here, and then Jared, if you can scroll down a little bit, you'll show the Krogan cover, made by friend of all the shows, Princess Krogan. It's a Mike Turner inspired cover, so if you want that kind of Witchblade feeling, you got Witchblade in my Screecher. You got Screecher in my Witchblade. By the way, how
fun
cool
fact,
it be?
Nick. Fun fact,
By the
Nick.
way, Jared.
Do you know what's the other project on Kickstarter I backed?
What?
So, Top Cow was doing an omnibus for the original Witchblade Volume 3, but they, as a tier, they had where you could purchase the hardcovers for the other 3 and have them signed by Mark Silvestri. That's my flex.
So much.
That's my flex
by the
right there.
way,
So I got that.
Do that flex, Jared. You gotta do that flex.
By the way, how many guys would like a crossover between Screecher and Witchblade?
Everyone would.
Like, what if Avery became a wielder of the Witchblade?
Hey, what's up, Carter
Hey.
Lal? What's up? Or I got another one for you, Nick. Screecher and Fathom. Because can you imagine her
Oh.
unleashing the Screech underwater?
I can just
Oh,
imagine that.
His
Oh
sound
my
travels
God.
faster underwater, dude.
Oh, especially since I got like an Aqua character named Eco Ray. Ooh, that would be a good crossover.
Yeah, there you go.
You-
Eco Ray it crosses over with Fathom.
Which,
you got me
by the way, at the end of this issue, so I actually kind of start teasing Eco Ray a little bit in both this issue and in more particular issue 3. But you start to get the first teasings of Eco Ray in this issue.
Ooh, I can't wait.
And in issue 3, you're actually going to get characters from Eco Ray appearing. So like these books are tied together.
Oh yeah, he's building entire universe. Oh gosh, hopefully he'll handle it better than you.
See, I'm not gonna skip straight to the straight to the team up. I'm actually gonna take time and build my characters. Like you're not gonna see Screecher v 2100 Samurai right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. But so basically the way I understood it is that Screecher is basically like she's kind of like Spoiler meets Batman for the DC Comics fans in there, which is good because it was inspired by Chuck Dixon. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like heavily inspired by the Chuck Dixon Nightwing run and whatnot, you know.
And as someone that read the first trade of that for Comics Watch, and by the way, we had a certain creator cameo in that. It was super
We
fun.
literally had the writer.
Mm-hmm.
If EVS or any of those people want me on, I would be more than happy to come on.
You should reach out. I'm sure he would love to have you on, dude. He says he likes doing that as long as you highlight other people's campaigns, which you do. So there you go.
Yeah.
Just reach out and put in a good word for me. Hey, what's up, Sean Franklin? How you doing? So again, I'm going to highlight this. If you guys want to back Screecher, if you guys are so inclined that you want to
toss a coin,
pick up a copy, put it in there. However, if right now you maybe financially can't back the comic, you could also share this campaign to other people, maybe someone that would also like to. Only Chuck Dixon stream for me for now. Teladia probably had internet troubles. Are you excited for the new RoboCop game? A little bit. I think
I've heard good things about it. I've heard good things about it.
It looks pretty cool. But yeah, so Nick, to echo Dave, I would encourage, because I see books that like get highlighted on that show that go on to make like 6 digits.
Yeah.
So it might be something that would be that you might want to consider doing, and maybe shoot all caps comics a DM and see if you can hop on there to highlight a comic.
Well, I'm actually about to do that right now.
That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah, the only difference is I'm hopping on Facebook and shooting the man directly. Oh, okay, that was a bad choice of words, but
or you could also do it on Twitter, all caps. But beyond that, the point is you should pursue this, because I think that would be fantastic. As someone that
I'm friends with EVS on Facebook, so it just works better.
I sent him a friend request. He still hasn't answered. But the point is, again,
you were flexing earlier, brother. You were flexing earlier.
Remind the two of us, who's followed by Comics Explained?
Who got you both Chuck Dixon and Mike Barron?
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good idea to flex. I appreciate that. But yeah. So the point is with this, because I see plenty of campaigns that start off. By the way, first off, you're doing great, but that start off at your level and then are immediately elevated completely. So I think this has a very good chance of being highlighted. So the point is, moving on. So you may be wondering, Jared, why are you doing that? Because not only am I a buddy of Nick, I'm also a client. I'm pulling a
Oh my god.
I'm pulling a dodgeball line. Yes, exactly. And our comics say we're better than you, and we know it.
By the way, I just sent a message to Ethan on Facebook. So,
and if you get on the show, give me a shout out. Just saying. But the point is, it should be fun. So the idea is. The thing that I like about Screecher, let me do that. As someone that has the self-proclaimed Lord of Comics, let me indicate why I collect Screecher. Because what I like about Screecher, first off, it's a new IP, and I like that. I can just start at issue 1. I don't have to read like 80 years of Screecher lore, which you will get to that point. I promise you, brother. But I like how, because the way you do it, she's a female character, and the PTSD from Disney Star Wars in me kind of thinks is she going to be a Mary Sue or something like that. But no, you don't. She gets thrashed around a bit.
No, Jared. Screecher Avery is actually a Jedi. She's not a Force wielder, but she's a Jedi.
Yeah, I know. That's
by the way, that was sarcasm. In case you guys.
And fun fact: so the Star Wars website lists Sabine as a Jedi. And legit, I looked at the comments, and all the indie and all the Star Wars people were like, "Why? She only used the Force once." I will say it was cool to see zombie stormtroopers. That was cool. But anyway, making a viral video about some trending topic would be a good publicity too. Nick does that as well.
I try not to hop on that train too much.
Well, it's not just that; it's just like Snyderverse stuff or something like that. Like if there's like news, if you were announced to come back, I would do that.
I mean, it's just there's just way too many people who their entire career is complaining about current thing, and I don't want to be that kind of person.
Well, I'm not saying you have to complain. I'm saying you could, like, in other words, if it's like, okay, so Zack Snyder is trending, you could do that or something like that. But the point is, it doesn't have to be that way. So now let's go over some more. So we have Krogan. So we have the. So tell us more about. Actually, you know what? Tell us about the Talent Edition.
All right. So do you got the copy of the previous
sorry
Talent Edition?
that mind that keeps on playing up.
It's okay. Right here, I got it.
Oh, it's okay. So in the Talent Edition, it is a version that is you get the hollow foil cover, get your name in the book, and then you also get everything, all the other goodies that kind of came with it. It's a bit of a collector edition, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And Jared loved to collect those collector's edition.
Looks like you got one of those.
Oh yeah, one person's already backed it. So those are limited to 25. They're hand numbered, and they're limited to 25. Once those are all gone, they are gone. And yeah,
Sorry,
get
Nick,
him.
Look at Dave's comment. If Sabine is a Jedi, then General Grievous was a Sith Lord. Yeah. I like that. That's funny. I like that comment. So we'll be coming back to the Screecher campaign throughout the stream. So, by the way, Nick, you're at 500.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I literally just
Nick,
when I scrolled down, you're at like 480 or something like that. Then when I came back, you were at 500.
Like 500. 20 backers already. 20 backers already.
Nick, you are a third of the way there.
A third. Not even day one. Not even half of day one. A quarter of day one.
And again, here's the link to back Screecher if you should be so inclined, or at least to share it. If you can't back it, share it to whoever you know that would be interested to get
$500 already.
You killed it, Nick. Yeah, I would say, I don't know about you, Nick. I think that this was a pretty successful day for you.
All right, can we?
You know what, Nick?
No, Jared, I have a request of you. Can we get a what is your profession? And
what is your profession?
Hang on.
That goes out.
Hang on.
So that goes out to each and every one of you who have backed this campaign. Thank you. You are all Spartan warriors.
Yeah, because good God, 5. Let me ask you this, Nick. Did you do this well with issue 1 on the first day?
I did actually. I maybe not first day, but like I actually had a good first day. Like I actually think I can't remember. Like how was Jared? You were there. Like, do you remember how much? Like I did well first day, but how much?
You did pretty well, but I don't think it was this good. I do know you were
crazy
funded by the first week, so hint, hint. We want to get him to that point. So go ahead. The link is here.
We needed to. Oh, wait. On the stretch goals.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So we're going for 1,500. We're hoping to get that in a week. We're literally a third of the way there, so that's possible. So for the 2K stretch goal, I'm going to do a 6 a.m. sticker. That's a 6 a.m. Who Did Screecher of Shiva. So we'll get in that. That's going to be really sweet. At 2.5K, these are all like you're going to get a line art book, an additional book, and then the 3K is where things really get good.
Dave brings up a good point. What is your profession? Who? The Spartan Owls.
Yeah, I get it.
And to be clear, Nick, the stretch goals everyone gets pretty much it, and no matter your like
physical
tier,
backers,
right?
physical backers,
physical backers. Hey, what's up, Brucifer? By the way, we are. If you feel so inclined, we have this book right here. If you're a fan of Chuck Dixon's Batman, it's right there. It's written by the dude below me right here.
So, Brucifer, I hear you like indie comics. So may I present to you, and
point in the right direction. Points.
Yes,
and I point the wrong one, but there you go.
So okay, but the 3K stretch goal.
How about you tell them the very special $3,000 stretch goal?
All right. So if you guys can get me to 3K, so 1,500 is the goal. But if you guys can get me, if you can double that amount, Joe M. Sontag has agreed to do a Screecher cover.
Are you?
Yeah,
wow,
that's pretty dope.
Mr. Reaper Destroyer himself has agreed to do a cover. And by the way, just I'm going to have him do a tribute to a very special cover, one that might make you hush up, if you will.
I see.
I'm trying to let's pull it up right now. Right. But yeah. All right. Let me just kind of share my screen.
But fantastic job, Nick.
So this is what I'm going to have Joe M. Sontag do. I'm going to have him do a tribute to this cover.
Oh my God.
There you go.
So Joe is going to do a tribute to this cover. This is going to be Screecher. It's going to be Screecher in this pose. So if you want this.
Now let me ask you, can I make a little request?
Yes, you may, but I don't know if I'll answer, but probably.
With the bat signal, can you replace that with the little Screecher logo right there?
I think I can do that.
Good. Just want to. That's like a missed opportunity if you don't do that, right, Teladia?
Yeah, it'll be cape flapping.
But like with Screecher's cape, imagine that.
Yeah,
though, you know?
that would work 100%. That would work.
So yeah, I'm gonna have Joe and Sontag do a tribute to this.
Yeah, I love that. So, on that note, let's proceed to our regularly scheduled topic. And again, we'll be returning to Screecher throughout the night. Yeah. So, let's discuss. So James Gunn posted something very interesting.
I love how like all James Gunn news starts with like James Gunn posted on Twitter. Like that is like the beginning of every news article.
Oh, it's cool. You could pretty much take this however you want to, but I'm going to pull up this post if my Twitter can work. This computer Twitter app is like really not working so well. So Okay, let me get to here. He posted a photo. It's actually pretty interesting. It's of the Superman Legacy Writing Office's wall. Let me. I'm trying to find that post that he put up there. It may have been on Instagram. I think it was on Instagram. So let me go check that.
It
Okay,
was
so
it was on Instagram, I think.
okay. So
All
that's
right.
good.
What, Jared? What is sold out on Amazon now? What comic is now sold out on Amazon because it is in the background? I swear at this point I wouldn't be surprised if Warner Brothers would be like, "Hey James, here's a copy of this comic. Could you put it in the background on your shelf and then like take a picture at some point? We need this one to go viral. We need sales on this book." Like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so this is apparently the wall of the, and is why the post was made. So I don't know why the post made so many people mad. I believe Shane Davis would be a great fit for the character too. He does great covers. Yeah, that's true. So here's an art wall pretty much. So these are some covers that are inspiring Superman legacy in terms of like the art direction and like possibly the characterization. David, here's why I think a lot of people were pissed off, because these are the nostalgia bait Superman covers, like of the runs that like everyone tries to say, no, this was the only valid Superman that works.
I mean, we all knew he was pulling from the classics anyway, so I'm not too surprised.
And he's got the trunk, so that's made me a little bit disappointed.
My big problem, he's got multiple issues written by Bendis.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And I'm like, oh no.
Also,
if
Jared,
yeah,
Jared, you need to play the clip.
Very
Just
well.
You invoke the name.
Why did you say that name?
Then we also have this, which the
cool.
Action Comics #1 is pretty cool. That's cool. But
I like
the thing
that.
is,
Jared, come on. Tell me there's not going to be a shot of Atlas holding up a car in your... Come on, you're going to do that shot.
When he gets his own solo series, yeah, well, I'm doing that. And also, like, Supergirl is there. WTF? Yeah, I know. Why are Supergirl comic? It could be actually. Here's why I think that it could be like it's the inspiration for how Metropolis looks, and then also Supergirl. It could be they're filming at the same time with or promoting old comics. That could be that too.
I mean, that kind of speaks to a larger thing where it's like we don't have the context for any of this. Like you said. There could be something like the way Metropolis looks. So, I'm just gonna say, don't judge the movie by these covers. Like, you know.
Plus, it says the art department. So I'm like, okay, it's probably just the looks. And plus, here's the thing, Teladia, not all these covers have the trunks. Rebirth Superman did not have the trunks until He Who Must Not Be Named got on the book.
I mean, like for example. There could be a comic where Jimmy Olsen's bow tie has a certain pattern they want to replicate. So that's the only reason they have that book there. We don't know the context of it. That's why I'm arguing.
And also, here's the thing. Dave brings up an excellent point. I'll give James Gunn this. He is doing a fantastic job of promoting the comics. Because remember, and Teladia and Nick, you guys have been with Comics League for the longest. How many times previous to James Gunn coming in did I complain that the movies don't do enough to promote the books?
A lot. You complained a lot about that.
And now they're doing that in the trailers. They say, hey, here are the stories that inspired this movie. So I'm like, at the very least, they're doing that. DC as a brand could be healthier, which, hey, that could lead to a certain director coming back. So you know what? I'm kind of all for it. Now, that doesn't mean I'm all full steam ahead on James Gunn, because I still have to see. My problem with it is that I want to see how much of his humor he puts in. The trailer could be the best, but the movie, I won't be 100% sold until I see the movie itself, because he could just be like selectively picking stuff and putting them in the trailer. But you know what? That's fine. I don't get why Marvel doesn't show the inspiration comics, because they don't read the comics, David. And that's the thing. In order for them to promote the comics, they have to actually read them. That's the key.
Here's my Jared. Here's my
go ahead,
take.
Nick.
I think like Warner Brothers on stuff like Creature Commandos and Peacemaker, they may allow James Gunn to be more James Gunn. But when it comes to Superman, literally the marquee character, like he is like the character. They're not going to allow him as much leeway. So I think Warner Brothers is going to rein him in a lot. So I have a little bit more hope that like he's not going to James gun it up as much as other things. You know, like you want to do weird crap to Creature Commandos? We don't care. But Superman, you are not having Superman in a diaper. You're not like get rid of that scene. You know.
Plus the fact, here's the thing with how much is riding on Superman, because again, and we've said this on the show ad nauseum, if this movie fails, the entire DCU is in jeopardy. Don't be so sure, David.
And they know
Do
it.
not be so
they
sure.
Know it.
They know it. So they're like, no. You cannot afford to put your stupid humor in this movie. Now, you can have like Crypto and Bibbo, Babowski. Yeah, you can have all those side characters. That's fine. Mm-hmm. It's just you have to have Superman be Superman. And you can't go to Christopher Reeve because ultimately, now, to be clear, there are certain elements of Christopher Reeve's Nick, I was talking.
Jared?
There are certain elements of Christopher Reeve's Superman that you can transfer over 100%, because there are certain parts of that have carried over throughout each and every comic. And that's why I think that movie goes in perfectly. They're going to do comedy. Don't be so sure, K-Tar. But anyway, so Nick, what were you saying?
Also, can we please make sure that Jimmy Olsen has a bow tie and that he's a ginger?
Yes, please. I would like those two things. Now, let me ask you guys this. So I'll start with Teladia because he was going to talk. What do you think of all this, dude?
I hope and pray they don't do the whole tidy-whitey situation. Gives us the underwears for Superman. I don't mind them doing the rebirth, the very first rebirth suit with the yellow S symbol at the back for his cape. That I don't mind. But if they do bring back the trunks just to come in line with the comics, I think people would be like, well, we've seen this before. We don't want,
Here's what I think they're going to do. Superman is probably going to have a homemade suit for his first thing, and you'll probably see the trunks there. Like, he'll probably wear like red basketball shorts over blue tights or whatever. Like, just something to homage it, but have it be for like, because every superhero has like their prototype suit and then their main suit. So the prototype suit, he's going to wear some sort of trunks. That's just an homage to it, but then he's going to get into the main suit, will not have trunks. That's how I think they're going to do it.
Here's a good way to do it, and do it what Superman and Lois did. The original suit is the Max Fleischer suit. Like, the homemade suit is that. And then when he discovers the Kryptonian ship, or however they do the reveal of the actual Superman suit, 100% it's the one without trunks.
I only accept that as long as his mother makes it for him.
I'm
sorry. I love that line in Superman and Lois. They're like, nice suit. Oh, thanks. My mom made it for me. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I love
Red
that
trunks
line.
is incoming. Yeah, but it could be not. See, here's the thing. If they make it like just a coloration on the fabric and not like actual trunks, then I'll be more in favor of it. They cannot make it look like actual underwear.
Like how Superman Returns was.
Like how Superman Returns was, yeah. I bet
I think
get exactly.
I think if we're gonna get trunks, first off, I'll guarantee you he's gonna be half Saiyan.
Nice, I love that.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I had to do that joke, but no. If we're gonna get trunks, they're not gonna be like briefs like they were in the Reeves era. I think they will be like shorts, like some type of shorts. Like that's why I'm thinking like a homemade suit with like red basketball shorts over like blue tights or something. Just something like that.
But here's the thing we're not considering. James Gunn did confirm that this is Superman. Actually, so we know that Superman's going to be early in his career when we pick up with the movie. So again, to your point, Nick, that could be the early suit. And then at the end of this movie, maybe get shredded or something like that, because he's supposedly supposed to be fighting Brainiac if we're taking leaks correctly.
Not even end of the movie. I'm thinking end of the first act. Like basically, like end of the first act, establishing him as Superman we know is he gets a suit.
Now, what they could do, which would be really cool. Tell me what you guys think of this. They could have like when he discovers the Fortress of Solitude, he puts, you know how Batman has those little pods that homage each of his suit? He has that for that, so he doesn't forget where he came from. And by the way, it all of a sudden got really hot in here. I don't know what you guys think, but all of a sudden the temperature just
Same on.
really
I'm feeling.
Hello.
Hello there. How's
So
everybody doing
JJheat,
tonight?
since you just came in, what do you think of like this reveal that at least it's the art department's wall? So and we were also talking about, so for the Trunks thing for Legacy, what we think it's going to happen is that he'll have the Trunks in like an early prototype version of the suit that like his mom makes, kind of like Superman and Lois, and then like at the end of like the first act it'll get like shredded or something like that, and then he'll get the actual Kryptonian suit without the Trunks.
That's a pretty fair assumption. I'd give you that. But
what do you think of like this? Like, because here's what we have to understand, and here's a good thing about this wall. It's homaging different eras of Superman. It's not just all in one part. There's a few modern books in here, so at least he's putting in modern sensibilities to an extent. I mean, they have the first issue of Dawn of DC Superman right there.
look at the bottom row, left corner.
Yes, we talked about that.
I know we
JJheat.
already talked about that, and we're like, oh no. But I mean, let me put it to you this way. Here's the one thing I can say about Gunn. The dude is a comic book head, so at least we have someone that is not on the... Here's the silver lining for the DC brand. We've separated the business from the creative role, so we're not going to have like a business person making the creative decisions. That's the one good thing. What you guys think about the new 52 Superman costume and cape? Origin, that it was a Brainiac, that was a thing on Brainiac ship. Yeah, I like that. And Teladia, you and I know that would be actually, that's how he gets a Kryptonian suit. It's on Brainiac ship if Brainiac is the villain.
Yes, that'd be ideal.
And
But
by
a
the way,
Brainiac,
David has excellent taste in comics. I'm sorry. Go ahead, JJheat.
Thank you. But if Brainiac's the main villain of Superman Legacy, won't people just say that this is just a leftover from what Man of Steel 2 was going to be?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'll happen. But here's why it works for a legacy, for a show about Superman's also Kryptonian legacy. What does Brainiac do to Krypton when he shows up?
Candor, but you might as well use that as a Supergirl movie or introduction to
No,
Supergirl.
but what
You
I
might as
mean
well.
is that you're bringing in that Kryptonian part of the story. And then you could have, because my idea for the Supergirl intro is that she's captured and being experimented on by Brainiac, and then when Cal shows up on there to fight Brainiac, he frees her and he's like, oh my god, I'm not the only Kryptonian.
And this is where he finds the new 52 super armor.
Yeah, I would love that armor. Jeez. Grant Morris, David, you are just on fire, brother. Oh gosh, you are killing it.
That's common sense, though. Tevia might disagree with you on that, but that's common sense.
Yeah.
That's similar to how, yeah, exactly. Similar to Amazing Spider-Man used the leftover ideas for Spider-Man 4, except hopefully good. Now, again, so yeah, I said what I said, and you know what, David? Because you said something I agree with.
Amen.
And then Brown Ashore says, Man of Steel's Superman costume and cape origin is more taken from Man. Yeah, it's taken more from that and Rebirth. It's not on Brainiac's ship. Yeah, 100%. So all in all, so since this is the art department's thing, it's not necessarily the creative. I do like it because it's a lot of modern stuff in there as well. So they're respecting all eras of Superman. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a silver lining we can think of. So once again, what's cool about this is that if DC, because I think we can all agree, Snyder fan, Gunn fan, whatever, that the DC's brand is in trouble. If we can get it more stabilized, there's more of a chance of our favorite DC story being finished in some degree. So
So
DC has
what
to.
you're saying is they need
Yeah.
to they need to go into a hashtag new direction.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Nice one,
appreciate
Nick.
that, Nick. I appreciate
Nice
that.
one. Grant Morrison comics.
Sorry, I had to
nearly
make a
all
re-entrance.
comics. Nearly all comics, except for Screecher.
Except for Screecher, yes.
Well, the only Grant Morrison comic that I'm like, okay, is Final Crisis. I
Can you
still don't know
imagine
what the
if
hell
like Grant
happened.
Morrison writing a run of Screecher? Holy crap!
He would
I mean,
probably bring in
it'll
like
be
she
wild.
has Zurina, Nick. She has Zurina, and like they cloned her, and like she got a child.
Oh
We're gonna call
God,
it Screeching.
I mean, I do have a storyline plan where like I'm gonna create a villain that's kind of similar to like Scarecrow, and she's gonna get dosed with like some sort of like fear gas kind of thing, where she goes into stuff and she fights a former version of herself.
And then also the other part of her nightmare is being written by Bruce Timm.
uh,
Low blow, man.
I
Low
had
blow.
to. I honestly, Gunn
and
should,
Jared-
should have only stuck to the booster gold type. Personally, I think Gunn should not have written or directed any of these projects whatsoever.
Jared, how would you feel if like you're scrolling Twitter and then you saw the announcement? Oh, the next issue of Screecher is going to have a cover drawn by Bruce Timm.
I would be like, well, I know a cover I'm not getting.
Oh, come on.
Wait. I got it. A Batman and Screecher crossover drawn by Bruce Timm.
No, I got it, Nick. And then you also announced that you have another cover drawn by Paul Dini. Like somehow he draws
he's a writer though, isn't he?
he's a writer.
Yeah, that's true.
He's
But
a writer.
My joke would be I would get the Paul Dini like scribble cover over that.
No. I announced that I'm having a 4-issue run of Screecher written by Paul Dini.
And then I'm like, I'm getting that run. I'm
I got
definitely
that one.
getting that run.
What about Alex Ross doing Screecher?
Screecher covers at least.
I mean, if I'm suddenly made of money, sure.
Carter Hall says Gunn should stay in the background. He's co-CEO, but he's also on the creative side. So I understand. No, but he should.
It's
That's
a good balance.
He shouldn't be directing any of these writing or directing any of these projects, because here's the problem with him being that it's a conflict of interest. What do you guys think about having Dark Knight's Metal as a storyline for the games?
No.
Okay,
No.
that could.
No.
You don't want the Batman who laughs in every game?
Too convoluted, man. Too convoluted.
No. I want to. I gotta ask you guys this. If they were to do a live action Batman who laughs, William Dafoe should play him.
Naturally.
Yes.
That's obvious.
That's natural. Yes, but in the video game terms, no. We've just had
What if William Dafoe is voicing the Batman?
Yeah, we already acknowledged that.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
Even if it's a voiceover, live action or not at all.
But because the thing is, right, they've just had the death metal in DC Universe Online. They're not going to do it again. Like, there's no point of them doing it again.
I actually think he should write and help with scripts and casting. Casting, yes. Scripts, no. Because here's the thing: he shouldn't be involved in that. Because if the movie fails and he's like the and he's like the supposedly the head, he could just say, "Nope, I'm going to keep on with my stuff." What's up, Teladia?
I was going to ask, what if he became like, Alexander Salkind? Do you remember when Christopher Reeve movie happened when he was the producer? What if he had that type of role for Superman Legacy instead of him directing?
The Salkinds owned the film rights to Superman, and that, especially in the later 80s, that caused more harm than good, honestly. Like that's like what you're saying is a very unique situation that is never going to happen again.
Well, Nick, maybe he could take like more of a role of like Christopher Nolan did with the Zack Snyder movies, where he's more of a producer. I'd be fine with that.
I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah.
That'd be better. And finding good directors. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. All right. So I'm going to move on topics because I think we've talked about this one to death. We're going to return to Screecher briefly. Because we're going to return to Screecher briefly because JJheat just came in. Yes, Nick?
I do think James Gunn could do a great Doom Patrol movie.
He could pull it
still.
off.
But I'm just saying if he's the CEO
James
of it,
Gunn's
he shouldn't be involved.
James Gunn's sensibilities are perfect for Doom Patrol, and I just want to get that in there.
Yep, 100%. So return to Screecher. So let's do a check on Screecher real quick so we can see how well that juggernaut is doing, pun intended, in terms of comic book fandom. Let's go to Kickstarter.
All right.
Let me pull that up. And by the way, JJheat, the link is going to be here. Hang on. So
Also, we haven't
here
played
we
the
go.
trailer yet.
Yeah, we can do that. So let me do this. Let me do this. And everyone, go back to comic. He has a variety of good tiers. So we will play the link into here.
Remember,
Okay.
toss a coin to your Screecher.
Oh, Valley of Plenty. Oh, Nick, you didn't do it.
I did, but I just mouthed it.
My name
Too easy.
is Avery Fletcher, and I'm on a mission. After 7 years away, I am now home. But the home I came back to isn't the one I left. With my father jailed and my future threatened, the list of enemies grows ever larger. To fight the rising tide, I must become something else. A force for good. A force for liberation. I must become
Nice
Not
job, Nick.
bad.
So let's check this out. Yeah,
33%.
Yes. There you go. So let me go back here. Let us check.
I like your background on Google.
Thank you. $501, Nick. Congratulations, my friend. So again, here is the link to anyone that wants to go either back the project or share the project. Either of those will get you a shout out. Either of those. Because either of those
Back
are
the
equally
project.
important.
Share the project. Love the project.
As we
What's
speak,
the
guys,
word?
I'm actually tweeting it out. Right?
Same.
Thank
And
you.
again,
brother. Thank
if you put in the comments that you backed the project, I'll give you a shout out. That's the way this is going to work. So, moving on to our third topic of the night, transition. I love when you do that. Okay, so this is a little thing that I noticed. You notice that a lot of stuff is coming out about Warner Brothers executives praising Zack Snyder's movies.
Yeah, I saw that.
Isn't that interesting? So let me bring this up. So like the head of marketing for Warner Brothers apparently called
Dave.
Man of Steel a crowning achievement. If I was Gunn and didn't have a giant size ego, I would ask Snyder to make anything he wanted to show good. Yeah, that's what he should have done, is brought Snyder back and said, complete your story. However you need to, just do it as a show of good. Exactly. 521 now. Excellent. At least make the offer. And you live stream you essentially find some way to prove that you've done it, like record or something like that. But it's just so people believe you, because his whole thing about how, Zach hasn't shown any interest. What I really meant, well, obviously I was talking about he didn't express any interest to me during our conversations. And I'm like, did you even ask if he would be interested?
Jared, can you imagine, like, they're doing a DC fandom like panel where they're going through like the history of like DC on film, and all of a sudden, like, James Gunn is moderating it. All of a sudden, Zack Snyder shows up and they talk about his films and like they glowing praise, and James Gunn is like, you should do one more sometime, and Snyder's like, yeah, I'd love to, and then they go like, wait, did we just, like, obviously it's all staged, but like, how cool, like, can you imagine how much that would, like, internet, I must break you.
But it's almost like
it's, you know what it is? It's Warner Brothers Civil War. That's what it is.
That's been going on for the past 5 years.
Yeah, that's why and then Brown Assurer says, yeah, I actually gave Gunn a chance at the beginning, but his ego and take on Superman pissed me off and lost me. That's true. But see, here's the thing. Here's what I think is gonna happen. We may not even see Superman, because here's why. Next year, there's rumors that Warner Brothers is going to be sold to Comcast. And if we know anything about mergers covering the Warner Bros. Discovery merger, executives don't stick around. Now, it could be that they're like, no, you know what? We'll keep that because we don't know how to manage that. Or it could be they could be like, no, we're going in a different direction, in a new direction, if you will.
I like how you did that. But what I was going to say,
David, yeah, go ahead, Teladia.
Zach said at the SnyderCon event that if DC came, he'd be interested. He never said he was not interested. I don't know where James Gunn said that, oh, he's not interested. He literally said that, yeah, replied to Skywalker's question. And
no, he said he hasn't expressed any interest to him. That's the thing. But go ahead, Nick.
No, James played a very particular word game. What he said is, Zack Snyder has not expressed any interest to him. And what he's saying is that Zack Snyder has not personally addressed any interest to him. So
what I would love to say is
basically he's not saying Zack Snyder hasn't expressed interest. He just hasn't expressed interest to him. It's that kind of word game that we all hate.
So what I would do is comment on that. The next time he gets called out for that and he comments, I'm going to put in the comments, respectfully, sir, I just have a question for you. Let's say he did come to you with interest. Would you do it as an Elseworld story? I would love to see that answer. Respectfully, I'm not going to blast the guy, obviously. I'm just going to say, hey, sir, I'm interested to see what you do. I just have a question. If he came to you and expressed interest in doing it, would you do it as like an Elseworld story? Now, granted, he could just be saying that to try and get me to see his movies, but I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Plus, no, you know what it is? That if you get him commenting and saying, yeah, I would if he showed interest, when Zach shows interest, and if James Gunn says no, we could say, well, you said you would say yes. Did you change your mind again?
Like it did before?
Yeah, but that's the point there. That's the point that I'm trying to bring up. But the thing about it, now, I still think Ben Affleck also has no interest in Gunn's DCU. He was otherwise interested to play Batman. Yeah, it came out that Ben Affleck was going to be in the Wonder Woman 3 movie as Batman. Here's the key thing, Nick. This was the Wonder Woman 3 that was coming out for a while before Gunn rebooted everything. So Ben Affleck, Batman. Hey, what's up, Ronnie Boy Comics? He was in the
What's
chat.
Up?
What's up, dude?
Hey, Ronnie, can I interest you in some Screecher?
In a second, Nick, we'll do that. The thing is, Snyder is probably too nice of a guy to put Gunn on the spot. No, but I'm just saying in their private conversations, I would ask, hey, Gunn, if Zach ever came to you and said, hey, I would like to at least complete the story as like an animated movie that could later turn into a live action. I'm just saying, if Zach came to you and said, I'm interested in completing my story, would you allow me to do that? Would you say yes? So there you go. That's what I'm going to say. Because that way, 100%, you have it in ink practically. I would take a screenshot too. So in case that post ever got deleted, I could say, you actually said it here. I took a screenshot. But there you go. And that's the thing. That's why I still think, depending on how Rebel Moon goes, hey, thanks, Ronnie. We're glad you're interested. Stick around. We have a cool comic recommendation coming to you. So the way I think about this, nothing is going to happen on the Zack Snyder front until Rebel Moon comes out. I've said this forever, because what that does, that elevates Zack Snyder's name already more than, because we know it's going to be popular. We know it's going to be big. It's Zack Snyder's Star Wars. I'm sure it's going to be big. So
better than actual Star Wars.
Better than actual Star Wars. That's the thing. But here's the thing. If this is, it's comes out. It's popular. It elevates his thing. And Snyder you could say Warner Brothers could come back and say, hey, we know that there's this interest of coming back as like a graphic novel, and we could later turn it into a movie. Would you like to come back and finish your story? Yeah, that's fine. Hey, Ronnie Boy, like Thomas, I like the way this guy thinks. He's a smart guy. I'm interested to watch the super realistic animation. Yeah, Brown Destroyer. If you guys have seen Love, Death, and Robots, there's this animation style that they do. Actually, I'm going to show you guys this real quick. But yeah, better than Disneyland Star Wars. I want to show you guys this. So this is so when I talk about they could do Love, Death, and Robots animation. Who here has watched Love, Death, and Robots?
Right here.
Has anyone?
I have.
All right. Remember that Joe Manganiello episode where he's like a soldier?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. So Nick, this is the animation style that I think they could do for the Snyderverse if they were to do it as an animated thing.
All right.
Check this out.
I just
It
see
still
images.
scanned his face and everything. Yeah. No, it's right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see this in motion before I make any judgment. Because honestly,
the
like
point
just
is,
looking at that looks no. What I'm saying is, just looking at that looks ugly. Like I do not like that. So just seeing that image, like those images, I do not like it.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that Rebel Moon is going to make Snyder haters sing a different tune. It's going to blow up on Netflix. Yeah, exactly. I think it's going to do well. He's going to show up. At that point, I could see them coming to Zach, particularly if so we know that Rebel Moon's coming out. We know that Snyder's exclusive deal with Netflix ends next year. I believe it's middle of next year, I believe. So then they can come to him and say, hey, listen, dude, are you interested in doing this? Do you want to do this? Because if you want to do this, we'll find a way to make it work as an Elseworld story. And they can put DC Elseworlds on the label. I don't care. It's going to make Rebel Moon is going to make Star Wars fans feel like Star Wars is crap. Yeah, exactly. You know what's kind of funny? I looked at actual Star Wars reactors reacting to the Rebel Moon trailer, and even they were like, oh, this looks dope. So I'm like, there you go. The point is, here's my overall point, and then we'll go back, and then I'll go to what you guys think is going to happen. Then we'll go back to Screecher. But so I think I still maintain I'm 100% sure at some point in some fashion the Snyderverse story will be completed. There's just too many avenues where it can be completed in some fashion. So I'm going to start with Teladia. What do you think?
I think the Snyderverse possibly will be restored. It will be done in some way, shape, or form. And we've seen Zach said as well. He's like he would love to finish the story, right? And I would love for him to finish it. I'd like to see the characters return, and this would be a great deal for Ray Fisher after Rebel Moon, because he'll be a big actor then after Rebel Moon, if you think about it. Because that's the way I see it. And I think Warner Brothers would look at Rebel Moon and be like, oh, Zach's doing so much great work there. Why don't we just ask him to come back and finish the Snyderverse? Get it out of the way. That way, then go on.
How much of an olive branch? How much of an olive branch would it be if Warner Brothers said, "Okay, so we'll let Zach come back and finish the Snyderverse"?
Yeah, and as Dave says, in other words, the Rebel Moon is going to raise Snyder's profile again. Yeah, pretty much.
It's going to do what Zack Snyder's Justice League did. Because remember, he doesn't get this Netflix deal he's had if this was not popular.
He would not.
This came out. So I'll go to Nick next. What do you think, brother?
So the thing that you got to realize is this is very much being positioned as like Star Wars killer. You know what I mean? And
Star killer, you mean?
Nice.
What really hurts is that he's actually right. So, but anyway, So people are keeping their eyes on it to see whether it succeeds or fails. So if you notice, when the trailer dropped, it got a very positive reaction. Oh, we got some K-pop.
Hey, what's up, K-pop junkie? Good to see you. By the way, I'd love to have you on the show sometime. And by the way, remember, Netflix came out and tweeted about how the Rebel Moon trailer has been seen like 11 million times. Actually, you know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. You know what? Here. I will play that clip. Here we go.
$100 billion. Oh, gentlemen.
It was seen 100 million times.
And to be fair, Star Wars is already dead. Ahsoka was not popular, actually. Well, I'm sure. But anyway, so the point is, yeah. So
Wait for my review. Wait for my review to come out.
Yeah. Do you agree with me, Nick, that if Rebel Moon comes out and when Rebel Moon comes out and is a dominating factor, that it significantly increases the likelihood that he could come back in some way to complete the story?
Yeah, it definitely increases his tenfold because when Rebel Moon comes out and when it's popular, also Rebel Moon will be screened in theaters, so it will be eligible for Oscars, which especially once it wins. Like, I'm not even saying these like these are like almost certainties. When Rebel Moon wins for best special effects, best director maybe, but like it's gonna make a big splash, and he's gonna raise his profile. Now, I guarantee you what's gonna happen is Netflix is gonna lock him down, be like, "Hey Zach, here's a lot of money. Please don't leave." And he's like, "Okay," and he just signs. And because Warner Brothers is willing to make deals, they'll be like, "Oh, Zach, there's a little clause here that like we're adding some movies to your slate. You know, Justice League 1 and 2. It's nothing."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. How about you, JJheat?
As for me, okay, what's the best way I could say this? I would have it. This is just my ideal scenario. Take this with a grain of salt. Please, we ain't got no money. Please.
Are there anybody?
If I was Zack Snyder in this situation, after what y'all put me through with the old regime, the only way I would even consider is if y'all beg. I would get at least $1 million up front, and y'all would beg.
But here's the thing, JJheat. Here's the good part. In 546, excellent work, Nick. If Zach comes back for this, remember he's Elseworld, so he doesn't really have to abide by any of their canon. He could just, I'm Elseworld. I'm detached from all this.
Wait. So what you're saying is Zach can use the old ways?
You walked right
Actually,
into
yeah,
that.
he could. Even though he made, and here's the cool part. If he comes back, he made all new storyboards. So as far as we know, the old storyboards is done. There could be a completely new story still by Zack Snyder.
Dear God, I had all different flashbacks. Jesus.
No. I do not mean that. No, hell no. But maybe it could play into the Kryptonian Greek gods thing. Maybe a god war? Maybe a god killer? Hey, Zach, we're willing to consult on this story. I don't want to speak for JJheat, but if you called us up about consulting on a new direction for the Snyderverse, we'd gladly help you out.
Jared, I got a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Side War.
Well, yeah, that's
you still need setup for that.
Yeah, you still
but
there's still a lot for that.
I mean, from the New 52 comics.
You still need to set up for that. You definitely need that.
Yeah.
Cool. When we cover that
also,
on your channel,
can we highlight Brown's comment, please? Because Brown's being really smart.
You can't really kill someone that's not dead. A zombie shotgun.
One more.
Zombie shotgun.
Nope. Go up one. Go up. Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just false information. But
to be fair, the Dappamirians kind of beat you to it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, K-pop is.
What's up, Pika?
Oh, nice. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so DM me on Twitter and we'll do something. So anyway, so now before we log off for the night, this was a fantastic show. I want to do another push for Screecher. We're at $546, Nick.
Okay, can we make it? Can we end the night on 550? Can we please end the night on?
Can we do that? That's a question because that's very likely. I'm going to drop the link again. There you guys go.
That
So if
little
anyone
push.
wants to buy like a digital copy or something, $5.50 would be really nice to end on,
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a fantastic thing to do there. You don't really need a setup series of films to do good stories. Yeah, that's true. You could still because a war against Darkseid, isn't that the Darkseid War? And isn't that what the Snyderverse was? DC and Marvel. It could happen. It could happen. So anyway, so let's get Nick to 550. Share it. Well, actually, all you have to do is get a digital version of the comic for just $5. You can get Nick to 550. Remember,
$5
right here.
$5.
Remember that commercial?
$5. Get me to $5.50. Oh dear God.
Yeah. And
I
so
have no shame, everyone. I have absolutely no shame.
On that note, everyone, so we're gonna we'll keep this going, but in the meantime, JJheat, you said you had something to promote. We'll start wrapping up. So where can one find you, and what have you got coming out?
I'll go first. Stay tuned for God Killer Aftermath this Sunday with Jared as we collab with our first New Direction feature since God Killer 2, Thunder Boogaloo. I will let you have it, Nick, since this is your night. I will let you have it. And remember, if y'all can get me, now this was originally going to be 200, but if y'all can get me to 180 before Halloween, the end of this month, and I already have it screen shared, Jared, if you will, I will review.
Hang on, it's loading. It's got to come up.
All right, I will review live action Gotham Knights, the TV show, from beginning to end.
Oh wow, you're a brave soul, sir.
Oh God! Oh no! Oh no!
no.
Why did you show this? Ah, my gosh, JJheat. All right.
Why did you say that name?
It didn't pop up for me.
It didn't pop up for me.
Nick, he got you, Nick.
Oh,
again, 180 subscribers. If y'all
get
get
him
me
to
to
180,
180,
I would love to see how that could end up breaking him.
Yes.
You
I
are
love how
welcome
we're trying
to
to find
try.
ways.
Thank you, Pika Shades. I really appreciate you.
Nick. Isn't it kind of funny how we're such good friends with JJheat that we want to see him broken?
We first
Yeah.
break the spirit, then
Was on the Red Hood was bad. But anyway, so yeah, what's up? Your mind or your body, Nick. Besides Screecher, what have you got coming out on the channel, and where can one find you?
All right, so tomorrow I'll be doing the first episode of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines for a Let's Play series. I'm going to be doing
I'll be making
special,
Twilight puns.
So many Twilight puns.
Better you than me, man.
Yeah. We'll be playing that throughout the month of October, and then we got Avatar rewatch on Monday. Sorry, I'm just like keeping an eye on the Kickstarter.
All good.
We're actually starting book 3, Fire, on Monday. That's gonna be really sweet. Then we got Comics Watch. We're gonna try and line ourselves up an interview. So if you got something you want to promote, please let us know. We're still open. Just pushing Screecher. Hopefully we can get funded in the first week. I mean, a third of the way there. Night 1, it is possible.
Mm-hmm.
It could happen. How about you, Teladia?
Well, obviously this weekend I've got moving out with with the lads and everything. We're going to be talking about Casper the Friendly Ghost, and which I'm really excited about. And the next week on Tuesday is the Batman Arkham City, where Jared gets to criticize me as we run through Arkham City as I'm playing the Cape Crusader, and Jared
Remember, Teladia, you're supposed to punch the villains, not air.
and don't get caught by Killer Croc.
Yes, exactly.
I know.
Oh yeah. And don't
K-pop
get
has
killed
the
by
right
Killer
idea.
Croc. K-pop,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that
Back the homies book. Yes, exactly. K-pop. Exactly.
yeah, Yeah, and so I've got that with Tuesday, and then on Wednesday is the New 52 Super Wonders comic series as we cover issue 6. So 5 or 6 in it. 6.
Mm-hmm.
Correct, Jared? I think it's issue 6.
My
So
time or your time?
No. I'm talking about issue 5,
Oh,
isn't
issue
it?
6. Issue 6. We covered issue 5 this
Okay.
week, I believe.
Okay, so we're covering issue 6, guys. It's a doozy. It's the rematch of the century. It's Super Wonder takes on evil Super Wonder.
And by the way,
Oh.
Pika, I will say this. No, it's a rematch, by the way. You don't need that because you could just reference the fact that Robin got killed and then do an Under the Red Hood. You don't necessarily have to do a Death in the Family movie. That's what
If you're gonna do
Teladia's misadventures with the Killer Croc player. All right, you know what? You know what?
That deserves a clip. That deserves a
Thank you,
clip.
K-pop. I really appreciate that. And by
Wait,
the way,
hold on.
But
Wait.
by the way, real quick, Pika, for that fantastic comment, you get
Don't make me walk off.
I'm currently at 168. Thank you, K-pop. And remember, if y'all can get me to 180 before the end of the month, God help my soul, I will cover Gotham Knights, the show, from beginning to end.
Yeah, and if you want to support all of us, then my channel's in the. You can click on my name.
It's in the description. All their links are in the description. Consider subscribing to the main channel, Comics League, and consider also becoming a member because we have fantastic perks, such as once a month. So I normally go to my comic book store once a month, and then what I do is I will for members only record a special video of what I picked up. I call it Jared's Picks for the month, and then I'm going to read these books throughout the month. I'm going to have a little document on my computer that's a write-up, and then I'm going to do a whole community post where I basically review each book individually, and that's for members only. Now, in addition to that, you get to participate on a panel with my members only live stream once a month. The next one is actually next Thursday, so you guys get to pick the topic on that for the members. And in terms of what else we got for Comics League, we have Super Wonder Legacy. Britt and I are going to talk about what if we ran DC. Oh boy, our heads gonna roll.
And God Killer Aftermath.
And then
Jared, can you highlight me, please?
Nick, give me a second, okay? So in terms of what else I'm doing, I have Indie Wednesday, which I'm probably going to do, and I'm thinking another Halo book, unless an indie creator contacts me and asks to come on the show, because I normally just do that on Indie Wednesday for live. Under Two Capes, we're still thinking about this. But speaking of which, if you guys want to really help me out, you can go to Comics League and check out Under Two Capes episode 190 that just went live today. We're talking about the greatest comic book battles of all time. And in terms of movie night next week, we are discussing, I believe, Batman, the Doom that came to Gotham.
Finally.
And then remember, Halloween, we are doing The Crow.
Well, no. Because that's Halloween's on a Tuesday.
But we're still going to cover, because I'm not doing a stream on Tuesday.
Well, I am.
Wait, what?
But that's a whole nother thing. So we
don't highlight Dave's comment. Do not highlight this.
Please highlight this comment.
No, I'm not. But in terms of my our stream, because we agreed that one of the movies for movie night is The Crow. So I'm putting it's the stream after the Doom that came to Gotham. So it's gonna be in 2 weeks for that. I'm still up on the Doom that came.
Yeah, so on the 21st,
you can show up for that.
On the 21st is The Crow. The 28th is Ghostbusters.
Yes, we are going to do that.
I'm looking forward to The Crow and Ghostbusters.
So, Nick, what did you want me to highlight you for?
All right. So I'm $4 from $5.50. You guys have been awesome. Courage humbly requests that you back my Kickstarter. If you really want to please this cutie patootie, so yes, I am bringing out my rat and all of its cuteness to help me sell my comics. She's really interested in my finger right now. So,
and great film choices. Why, thank you, Dave. We hope to see you there. And yes, Pika, you are penciled in to be on the Doom That Came to Gotham panel. So on that note, everyone, stay heroic, and we will see you in the next episode. Watch it, JJheat. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.